Rainbow Panda DK, playing games that limit touch count before the players have a good foundation of technical skills, right? They could dribble and juggle effectively, might actually hurt their development, because if the game isn't right, if they only have 2 touches and they're not fundamentally sound, it won't be I don't think you're going to get the benefits as with the right intention. And so what I'm going to send you is going to lay out the Tom Turnbull practice routine, which is ball mastery, dribbling sequences, a juggling game, and then lastly with 1v1 to cones, ideally with a small ball. But so why this is perfect for your team is because you can't train them as a team, right? Because if they can't even pass the ball, you need to train technical skills. And why this is important is, like, you got to put the horse before the carriage, right? Because if you try and train and focus on team training, then you might win 1 or 2 more games a season, but the players will actually suffer. And so this is a great, right? This is a great training practice routine. It's because it uses games to teach fundamental and technical skills, right? So you could search Cover Coaching, COERVER, right? So you start to, the first 15 minutes of practice is going to look something like this and look something like this, right? So that kind of progression, and then you could start to recall the technical skill that you moved from the last practice. So eventually it's going to lead up to, everyone show me your scissors. So they're going to be dribbling, and then they're going to scissor, dribble, scissor. And you say, okay, everyone show me your L move. They're going to be dribbling, dribble, L move, dribble, L move, right? So it's a progression. It's like learning a language. And then it's the Tom Turnbull dribbling sequence: outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside. And you could have them dribble around the field maybe once or twice, depending on the size of the field. And I have them alternate between which side they go. One time clockwise, other time counterclockwise. And then it's the juggling game, right? Right foot with a bounce in a garbage bin. You line everyone up around a bin or any vessel, and it's a progression to see in 15 minutes who can go right foot with a bounce, left foot with a bounce, both feet alternating with a bounce. Right thigh with or without a bounce, left thigh with or without a bounce, into the bin, both thighs alternating with or without a bounce. And then lastly, any part of the body you want with or without a bounce. Right, and then finally 1v1 to cones. You set up on a sideline, line of cones, the ones that you can knock over, then you mirror that same line, and there's 3 games of 5. And if you do that for the first, 45 minutes of practice, you could finish with three teams rotating on a small field. But you want to have big goals, right? You want them scoring on real life-size goals that they're going to be playing in the games. And so I think if you do this version of practice, every practice, they're going to get better at doing the practice, right? A lot of coaches think they need to have, crazy, complex, right, doing all this stuff. But in actuality, the simpler the practice is, it's easier to coach, it's more executable, and it's a lot of fun, right? So, because you're going from learning, right? It's ball mastery, so it's challenging to learn a new move every practice, and the dribbling sequences help dribbling, right? Because it's a rhythmic pattern, and what that does is it helps players not think about dribbling. So it allows them to gain comfortability with the ball at their feet, which is going to raise their head. And when their heads get raised, then they can improve their passing. And the juggling game, not only does juggling improve passing, but also improves shooting and dribbling. And then lastly, you put it all together with that 1v1 to cones. And if there's time, then you could have 3 teams, right? You split your team up into 3. You want to split your team up into 3 with the team sitting out as bumper players, with 1 touch on the outside. And this is important. You want to split the team up into 3, because if you only have 2 teams and one team loses, and right, one team wins, one team loses, when someone scores, there's nothing gained and nothing lost. But if you have 3 teams rotating king of the hill style on one field to big goals, what happens is, right, one team starts to score and knocking off all the other teams, it creates a fun inter-team competition, right? So you're actually raising inter-competition, and which is going to in theory, transfer to games, right? The more intense practices are, you're going to have a great season. If you can really, if I think with this simple setup, it's going to make practice more fun, and it's going to help your players grow their skills as well. And so hopefully this helps. Reach out with any questions. All right, thanks.